Alrighty. Let's try that again. So, I have no idea what happened. Probably share this. Hopefully people can find me again. All right. So I'll have to scan my computer and see what happened there. I have no idea. Usually my computer doesn't freak out like that. Overtaxing its resources, maybe. Don't know. Pretty solid computer though, so. But I use it a ton. And we're back. Oh, I should probably like put Frank back on so y'all can see what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Computer just crashed completely. Oh. Thanks for coming back, Barb. I do appreciate it. Where are we at here? 9:31. We're almost done with an entire row here. It's not too bad. Give us should be able to measure from here how much farther we have to go. I'm thinking we add another middle row of the 5/16 and then close it off around the bottom with the 1/4 inch. Maybe? I don't think I need to make this much wider, but we'll measure in a second. Alright. So I think that's only the second crash that's happened in 116 streams. I remember having one fairly early on. And then I hardlined the computer. Right? Instead of running it off of Wi-Fi. We haven't had a drop since, so I don't know what my computer was doing that it caused it to, or what I don't know what I was doing on my computer that caused it to crash. I wasn't running any major programs, but this is reason number 357,000 why, like, I need to have a dedicated computer to stream. You know, one that I do, like, literally nothing else on. So, Maybe I will reprioritize that. I'll have to Google, why did my computer crash during streaming? See what could have happened. I know that the computer is pretty full. Maybe I will have to change some stuff where it's stored. Generally not a big fan of chasing down computer problems, right? Usually by the time I'm having computer problems, right, the computer's, you know, 100 years old, and it's really just, you know, time for a new computer. All right, Barb, have a good night. We'll see you later. Uh-huh. What have I done? You gotta go through both rings in order for this to work. There we go. Oh, not that ring. Come on. So ring with attitude right there. Trying to make up weaves on its own. I'm gonna blame every mistake on the rings from now on. I didn't miss the ring. The ring just decided not to go through the other ring. Didn't want to be woven properly. How can I help? You know, I can't stop the ring. It decides it doesn't want to do that. Alright. Let's see how this is working out. Oof. Ooh. So there's definitely some slack around the edge of this. I'm wondering, like, all we got to do is put this on here and then I think another row of 5/16 and then close it off with some 1/4" rings. And then we'll just connect it to the cup. I think it's gonna work. I mean, right? Like I've got there's one 5/16 ring, and you know, you have this little bit of space at the bottom here to pull it all back in. I think that will work just fine. We'll see. What's going on, Buck? I'm not even gonna try and pronounce the last half of that. How are you tonight? Nice for someone over on Twitch to stop by. Alright. Time's up. 9:40. My kid is in bed. We may just try to finish the length on this tonight. I don't think I can get it connected to the coffee cup tonight. Oh. Alright. I gotta step away for a second. It'll take like 2 seconds. You doing okay? I am making a coffee cup wrap. We're going to do one more row of these 16 gauge 5/16 rings and then a row of 1/4" rings and attach it all to the coffee cup, and it looks something like that when it's done. Hopefully we'll be able to pull it tight enough to hold it on itself. It's gonna hold on because alright, so it flares out. I've got the smaller rings up here, right, holding it tight, and then the base where it widens out should support it, right? Should. I don't know. Just flying by the seat of my pants over here. I had what I thought was a good idea, and so I am trying it out. And that coffee cups, I can't remember when I bought that coffee cup. It was ages ago. But, you know, every time I go down the coffee aisle, I'm always eyeballing coffee cups, or if I'm in the wine section at the grocery store, I'm looking at wine bottle shapes and just interesting, trying to find interesting stuff to wrap. This will be my lightest coffee cup so far. I typically use stainless steel to make my wraps. I had these oh so shiny bright aluminum rings, and that coffee cup needed to be completed, so the whole purpose of this stream is to use up all the rings I have and finish up all my projects. And so far, it's actually worked out really well. I have gotten a shocking amount done just by coming down here for an hour, hour and a half a night.
Often it is difficult for a person to control a complicated sound synthesizer.
You know, after the first couple months of getting used to streaming, it was pretty interesting to see how much I had actually gotten done. And this is Elf Weave. A very fun chainmail weave. And I'm using 2 ring sizes on, kind of graduate from the thinner part of the coffee cup down towards the bottom. I wish I had one more ring size to make it fit just a skosh better, but I think it'll work without it, so. I may have to take all of these out and use the 1/4 inch rings, but I'm going to try it with the 5/16 first. It might end in complete disaster. Only one way to find out. Compared to my last project, you know, one row of these rings is pretty minimal in the amount of stuff that I took apart and redid, so. There. With the Raiders flag, took apart almost every feature at least once. We got a few more loops on that project so that it can hang nicely on the wall, and then it'll be sent off. My buddy in Texas got his chainmail wine bottle holster. My brother got his chopsticks. I sent off some shoes to return. I don't know if those have been returned yet or not. I'm waiting on, what else? I got a computer part coming in the mail. And then I have some more stuff that I got to send out, some kids' ties that are going to a friend, and a t-shirt that's got to be returned. And oh, and I have rings on the way. I have some more rings on the way. The never-ending website projects are slowly being worked on. Did get a significant portion of the customs forms done for everything. I've got about 2/3 done.
Thank God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but you see where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And the critic, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in it. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Looking for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have him yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an
So once I'm done with the customs forms, I'm going to work on the Etsy site. I think that's a little more pressing. Excuse me. Etsy will drive traffic. So hopefully get that taken care of and get some revenue coming in. So yeah, customs forms, Etsy, website SEO, and then I can get back to designing more, making more designs. And we will continue to make more chainmail. Let's see how that looks. Like it. Alright, we got just enough here to put those 1/4-inch rings on. And hopefully it'll be tight enough. Make it fit almost perfectly. Everything will work out very nicely for this little coffee cup here. Let's give it a whirl. Put these away. And somewhere in there I gotta get Gonna get my VA paperwork done. Linda Dallas has liked the stream. Thank you, Linda. I never did my VA paperwork for any injuries I gathered or illnesses that I obtained while I was in the Army. It just never did it, you know. Couldn't be bothered because it's a pain in the ass. I've got to get that done. Definitely tightening it up around the bottom here. How awesome would that be if it just like works out perfect, right? Nothing I plan ever works out that way. Who I wonder. Okay, so if it doesn't work with just the 1/4-inch rings, there is a way and kind of tighten these rings up even more. I don't think you can typically make GSG out of 16 gauge 1/4-inch rings, but it might work with these. We may not need to, but it's an option we should explore if we need to make it tighter around the base of the coffee cup. It's only 9:57. We might get through this whole thing. And then, of course, if none of it works, we could always just extend the wrap around the base of the coffee cup as well. Right? Wouldn't be too hard to do, to go from elf sheet straight to like a 4-in-1 Like make a couple 4-in-1 triangles across the bottom, kind of like how you would start a coif, except instead of going over the top of someone's head, going over the bottom of the over the bottom of the coffee cup. That might be an option too to help pull it tight. I don't know if we're gonna need that, but alright, and as I'm working on this, you know, I'm thinking, if I tried to make a GSG edge for the bottom here, like that would pull it super tight. Like tight enough to where it might not even go around the bottom of the cup. I don't think that's gonna work. Might, but I don't think it will. But if we went straight into a 4-in-1 pattern, that would probably be the better option. Wrap it around the whole base of the, or to wrap the whole bottom of the coffee cup. If I had to pick an option. I may not have to. This may just like work perfectly for some reason, which would be awesome, but since we're just making it up as we go along, you know, anything's possible, right? I honestly didn't think that we would be at this point tonight. I thought this would take at least one more string. I'm gonna work a little bit longer. See if we can start closing this up around the coffee cup. And that will really tell us if it fits or not. Last couple of rings on this row here. So I was looking at that ring I just placed and I was like, is that backwards? It's kind of like when you read a word and you're like, is that spelled right? Even though you've spelled the word 1,000 times. Did I weave that correctly? It matched, but I had to double check. All right. That is that. Let's see where we're at here. Oh, jeez Louise. I didn't mean for you guys to get that close of a view. I don't know. Like, ridiculously loose around the base here. Like there's too much slack. And y'all see what I'm fighting here. This. Too much. Alright, so how do we fix that? Without undoing a whole ton of stuff. So we'll try my first thought process. Which is already too tight. It's really the wrong ring size for what I'm trying to do here. But yeah, that's not going to work. That's going to be too tight. Maybe. Let's see. We'll try to add one more ring. And then these are aluminum, so if we make it too tight, they might just pull themselves apart. We don't want that. Oh yeah. That's never going in there. Alright. Well, what I think has to happen, for starters, there's a row of 16 gauge 5/16 in here that I think needs to come out, right? But we are already at over an hour. John, you just came in. We are already at over an hour, so I'm gonna call it a night and then pick up where we left off on this tomorrow night or Monday. Tomorrow night is Monday night. Tomorrow night or Tuesday. I should be back on tomorrow. I don't see why not. But that really didn't work. I was so hoping it would. But of course not. There's too much. You know, I'm glad we made Slack, but if I can't get it to pull itself tight, you know, then it does me no good. So, too much Slack down here. Got to take that out. I don't necessarily know how to do that. Otherwise, it looks, I think it looks great. Can't get a real good feel for it on that camera. Alright, wrap the bottom half of a coffee cup. That's cool. So we'll see. We'll take this Slack out somehow. Maybe just too many 16 gauge 5/16 rings. I don't know. Like, in theory, it's close to working. We'll figure it out. And with that, guys, I'm gonna go and finish my laundry. Excuse me. Be sure to check out MailleWerX.com for all your chainmail themed apparel and accessory needs. And I will talk to you guys Monday night, and if not, then at the latest Tuesday. All right, you guys